Welcome back to Champions of the Fog, everybody. I'm going to be your host, Little Rugar, today, and joining me is co-conspirator of the league himself, Guildspire. How are you doing today? Actually, which way am I don't even know which way I'm facing. Which way am I facing here?
No, you're facing the right way now. You and we're locking eyes, you know?
All right, sweet. I see you standing there.
I see you, too. You know, I'll hand you a drink real quick, see if that works.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I need coffee. I am dragging today.
That's fair. You know, traffic will do that to you, but it's great to be here. And I know we had Gannicus join me for our opening match, but for those who are not aware, I would like to officially welcome Little Rugar as our official host of Champions of the Fog. So
you make it sound so special. Like this is I wasn't even here for the first game of the season. Like I'm second game. I am old news.
You're very special to me, Rue.
Aw, I appreciate it. You're special to me too, Guildspire. But with that said, we have a great game for you guys today. We have Atrocity versus Modern Retro, which that name is already breaking my brain. Every time I say it, I'm just like, how does that work? But I'm here for it. I haven't seen Modern Retro play at all. Is this a team that was once another team and they became a new team? Like, is this just a new team to the scene? Who is Modern Retro? I gotta know. I know Atrocity.
I actually don't think I've also seen Modern Retro play. I think they hearken from the likes of DBE and DBDL. And as Season 2 started up, we got some new faces in the league between Modern Retro, Hex Girls, who are now Mirage. Like, there's a lot of new teams, so I'm very excited to see all these new people, all the new killers, all the new survivors, and showing off what they have to do.
Oh yeah, I'm here for it. I'd love to see new faces. For me, like, it's a different spice. Old teams, I know what they've done, but it's great to see where they come along. Like, I remember Deadheads when they first came around; they've been doing better. So many teams have just like climbed the leaderboard, but seeing new teams, like, I don't know what to expect. It's like it's a surprise. It's a new candy to try. So I'm here for it. I want to see how this goes. But we have Killing First, by the way. Is it Atrocity?
Yeah, so we have Atrocity killing first and Modern Retro surviving on the Cold Tower. And Atrocity is going to be bringing the Oni to the table. And we saw an Oni in our first game of the day. And Oni did struggle a wee bit on getting those early hits. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens on this round.
Okay, was the previous rounds on Cold Tower? I didn't actually get to see the games. Was it on Cold Tower?
Yes, they were on Cold Tower. It's actually Cold Tower Dead Dog, which we will be seeing here again today.
Sweet action. Yeah, like that's the best counterplay to Oni. You just deny them any early hits. And Cold Tower does have plenty of pallets, but there is an occasional dead zone spawn depending on where that hill goes. If there's a hill in the back corner, it's a dead zone. Oni can get easy hits there. So we'll see how the survivors play it.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely very excited to say the least, and we're going to be able to see also what the comp meta's looking like. You and I were talking about it a little bit before, and we'll have to see, what happens here in this first trial. If the comp meta seems to be consistent, as we've been seeing a lot of No Way Out, a lot of Noed, a lot of Corrupt, because who doesn't run Corrupt? And of course,
you only have
Deadlock
3
too.
perks in comp. It's Corrupt in whatever 3 you want. I have never seen anyone get away with outrunning Corrupt and get anyway with any meaningful points in a game. It's just you have to run it. It's sad because you like to see some vibrance, but like Corrupt is so good. It's so good.
Yeah, there are not many instances where I would not want to use Corrupt Intervention. But with that being said, we are loading on into the game as we speak. The good old DVD load screens.
All right. I mean, if there's one console player, it immediately goes to at least like 45 seconds to a minute. So I'm here for it.
Indeed. And with that being said, we do indeed see the Oni, and they have spotted all the survivors. For those who are not aware, we do now bring Shroud of Binding, so these survivors now are going to have to scatter, as the Oni is now going to have upwards of 4 survivors in this immediate area, and we see them scrambling to figure out what to do next.
Indeed, and it's worth noting, there's that hill right there, and so without Shack Pallet's gone, this area is kind of a dead zone for these survivors. They're lucky they scattered, but that is a dead zone now. The Corrupt's there. Oh, that gen's not blocked. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, kind of a strange Corrupt zone to say the least. It's like every single corner, and that's about it.
Indeed. Getting that pallets done there again, like you said previously. Dropping pallets preemptively, you do not want to give Oni his power this early into the game because the snowball is real.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we do see a survivor jump off that gen there, but it does not appear to be regressing, so it does not appear that Ruin is in play this match.
For real, it is mind-boggling to me that in a matter of months we shifted from seeing like Ruin to like nobody runs Ruin now. It's so crazy. Ruin Undying is still good on some killers, but it seems like a vast majority of people, and breaking up Chase there, okay. Not committing. That's a dead zone. Why are they not committing to that? Do they not want to do Shack?
Yeah, I don't know. That was definitely a kind of an interesting choice there. Maybe just understanding that there's a bit more of an opportunity to go for the Lori here, but I don't know. That was definitely a really strange call by the Oni.
Indeed, and notice, I think that is the 3rd pallet that has been dropped. No gens have completed yet. Corrupt is about to expire, so weird first 2 minutes of the game. Not what I was expecting from this at all. Just found another gen and another pallet going. Yeah. Survivors are not, I would say they're not wasting, but it feels like they're wasting, but they just don't want to give him his power this early.
I think the biggest thing,
pallet out of the way.
I think the biggest thing that we're seeing here is just a reduction of resources. And maybe the Oni's plan here is not exactly to, end up getting any hits or downs right away, but to just try and reduce resources and really make it so that it's a game of attrition, which you don't really see from Oni. And as we do see these gens, none have popped off, but I would not be surprised to see 4 back-to-back-to-back gens just go one after another after another.
I have to agree. This is a somewhat safe area, being that it's, you got multiple tiles here, but none of them are like TNL walls. You got the TNL wall in that back corner, and notice the survivors, as soon as the Oni breaks off from a chase, every other survivor scatters. They're not letting him get anywhere close to them. And if you commit to any of them, it's at least 25 seconds just to chase them down for the first hit.
Yeah, and Oni trying to mind game there, that kind of head flick there, trying to get that pallet dropped early, but just not happening. And I think at this point, I haven't really counted all the pallets, but I think they're pretty much just gone.
It's a long wall. Yeah, you're right. But this long wall is actually going to be pretty good here. They might get one hit. Oh, good mind game from the Zarina there. Yeah, 1 gen down. They are really struggling. Notice, though, the bar is passively ticking up. If he gets 1 hit, he might be able to get his power with just a little bit of blood.
Yeah, and I think we'll see that right here. So maybe with
so close.
Few extra blood orbs, they're going to be able to get their power and trying to get some snowball pressure here. And we do see... Hold up. Wait.
2 deadlocks.
Yeah! So that was 2 back-to-back deadlocks. I guess because 2 gens did pop off and one had progressed past the other. Just showing how much work that these survivors have done on these generators.
I think that might be the most power I've seen from Deadlock in a hot minute. That's 2 gens locked off. I can kind of get behind that.
Yeah, that is actually really interesting and shows how much passive power Deadlock can bring to the table. But this Survivor just
good hit there.
Chase so long in punishing for the zoning.
I mean, good survivors can make an LT wall absolutely back-breaking against it. Like, even the best killer, like, if you just have that many hours on Survivor, yeah, you got it. And that gen's almost done right there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much just 99, and looks like Oni will hit the gen, but that there was a dry kick, and so will only be regression at 0.3% per second.
Indeed, and we see, all right, they do have the power, they're popping it. They're gonna try and get a snowball going here. I've never really played Oni in a long time, especially on Cold Tower. What's the collision like? Oh, there's another long wall there? Oh my goodness, there's a long wall, that's punishing. He gets the hit around the corner though, fantastic. Is he gonna pick her up? No, he's gonna protect. Oh, there's another gen popping?
Yeah, so another gen popping, and Deadlock will stop that gen from being touched, but it'll also stop it from being progressing as well. And looks like Oni's gonna be trying to just protect this area and try and stop the unhook. But
they didn't get the unhooker though. The unhooker survived.
Yeah, he was able to get out, but
oh, and he gets him down anyway. Ooh. That was a good flick right there. That was fantastic. Do you think they're gonna try and just eat a DS right here, or do you think he's gonna go for the safe hook?
I think they should go for the safe hook.
Go for the DS.
Ooh, no DS.
No decisive. Okay. You know, I kind of respect that. Oh, they got, who was that? Stradic Lori got picked up there. Where did they crawl off to?
It looks like maybe over onto this LT walls. We do see some blood here and there. And looks like maybe the Nancy got over for the pickup, which is going to put a little bit of a hurt on the Oni now, as they had a really good position on that hook, but now not so much.
That was they must have crawled really, really far in that time. Tenacity, question mark? Or did they just not bother healing? Interesting plays.
Yeah, it looks like maybe just didn't bother healing, trying to get as far away as quickly as they could. And, I mean, we're seeing that there seems to be no real gen regression with this Oni, and so we're going to just see these dry kicks on these gens and just hoping that survivors just don't come on by and touch them up real quick.
Indeed. Also, this is actually kind of a nasty tile setup. You don't need a pallet over here. You got a long wall that leads into a TL right next to it. With like anybody that takes hits or anything like that, you can pretty much not go down between the two of them. And I don't think Oni can play into the long wall well, as far as I can tell. I don't know, maybe, I say that, he's gotten 2 flicks around that wall, so maybe I'm wrong.
I will say that, but I also want to make a quick note of something. Notice how the struggle timer has all but stopped. That would be indicative of kinship activating.
Wow. Okay. And that gen finished over in the corner. Oh, he's just gonna hit. Fantastic job from the survivors. However, even with borrowed time, we didn't see DS before. Do you think they held DS?
I mean, that would be a really gutsy move, so I would be shocked to see that be the case.
If they held DS, that has to be like the biggest Galaxy brain play. Oh, and there's the last gen right there. It doesn't even matter, I don't think.
However,
man.
I'm not sure if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but it does appear that the haste status effect has been applied to Doni, so it does appear that Noed is in play.
Ooh, good flick from the Nancy there, and you're correct. I would say he's already zooming. That 4% is just, you know, icing on the cake, I guess.
Indeed. The question then remains whether or not these survivors are going to be mindful of that fact, and if so, whether or not they're going to be able to cleanse Noed prior to trying to go for the escape, as we did see a bit of a noise notification earlier, which would be indicative of a no way out activating.
Ooh, no way out is pretty sweet. Though he only got 2 hooks this game, so you're not going to get the full brunt of the no way out there. This Nancy is doing God's work on this shack. Oh, and Block Top, he didn't notice that, mind gaming himself a little bit. Notice they've also been on hook this entire time. Wait, was that a last second deliverance play, or is that second wind?
I think that might be second wind, and we do see Noed pop off in the distance as Oni does get that down at the very end of their wrath, and looks like we're going to see that basement play here.
Indeed. So, in this situation, I don't think I would try and make a save. You give us like 2 hits, yeah, they're just going to take the route. Like, you give Oni 2 hits in the basement, he's going to take another hit from you guys. You guys are going to go down.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that is a 6 hook? or six hook progressions.
Yep, 6 hooks / progressions, but since they only got, what was that, 3 people, they didn't get the additional 3 points from that 4th survivor that they could have, so definitely could have been better, definitely could have been worse. It looks like we are going to be close to a 16-14 game at this moment in time. Keeping in mind, of course, that our refs might be watching the stream, so might have a bit of a delay.
No tenacity. I'm disappointed. I'm kidding. We see desperate measures, inner strength. Ooh. Also, so I see wake up and immediately I'm like, wake up buff coming soon? Is it too strong for comp now? I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's something that I haven't made any discussions as of right now. Regarding any of the PTB changes, thinking that, maybe they might get changed before live, because some of the changes are freaking nutty, especially like Dead Man Switch, for example. So I'm kind of waiting to see, but like once it hits, you better know that like all the TOs of DBDL, DBE, Erie League, Vigos, Courts, and I are gonna be like, okay, so let's talk about Wake Up, let's talk about Dead Man Switch, maybe Boil Over?
I was about to say, Boil Over was the one I was thinking about, because on some maps and some matchups, you have the Boil Over go-to, and you have like the breakout player. With the new wiggle timer taking up to a second off the wiggle if you play it properly, this is going to be a massive meta shift, I think, especially just in pubs when you're playing around. It's like everybody just takes breakout and Boil Over, and it's just like the killer's like, agitation base kit win? Like, I feel like at this point, kills need to go like 5% faster just base kit at this point just to keep up, but I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Boil Over, the changes that it is receiving is bizarre, I guess would be the word. Like a lot of the perk changes they did in the PTB, like I'm happy they're revisiting and messing around with some of them. But we all know it's like when they buff Zancian Tactics. Zancian Tactic is 100% better. Still probably one of the worst perks in the game, but it's still 100% better. I'm here for it.
Yep.
Boil Over, I slept on for like a night. I'm like, nah, this perk's insane now.
Yeah, no.
Like, this is great.
It's going to be really interesting, but I think, honestly, the biggest perk that I am honestly interested in is actually Dead Man Switch, which I would have never thought about. But the fact that they removed restriction for the Obsession to be hooked, I think it just, like, we're seeing a lot of use of Deadlock. I think you now just go, screw Deadlock, I'm bringing Dead Man Switch.
You don't have to bring Furtive Chase or Nemesis to try and make Dead Man Switch viable. It's just immediately viable. And yeah, with Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, I am distraught with how that combo is going to be concussive with how good it is. Not just because they're getting blown up in the face with their gen, but that's just strong. That is a strong combo.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, what's going to happen is we're going to see a shift in the meta that is going to result, and I've already started doing it myself. I've been an advocate for, like, if you're a survivor and you're on a gen, you want to do 2 things when you see a survivor go down. You want to leave the gen for a moment, see if they have Dwayne Tremors. Cool. Jump back on the gen. As soon as you see that aura of them being hooked, once again, take off their hands off the gem. That way, if Scourge Hook Pain Resonance pops off, they're not going to know how many survivors are on that gen. The nice thing about that, too, that is a direct counter to Dead Man Switch as well.
Yep.
So I think we're going to start seeing survivors take note of that and go, cool, Dead Man Switch is good, but as long as you play around the knowledge that the perk exists, then we're not going to have to worry about it too much. And it's very similar to the way that killers currently have to play around, like, Power Struggle. That they have to play around Boon Exponential. Obviously not in comp, because who cares for boons here?
Well, so it's honestly not that different from survivors playing around barbecue back in the day. It's like, oh, you got picked up? All right, go find a locker, get in there, wait 4 seconds, come back to your gen. It's just the same play. It's just a different perks that are incentivizing it. You don't see barbecue nearly as much after, like, when barbecue first came out, it was everywhere. And I mean, to be fair, it's probably like the best grinding perk for killers. But like at high level MMR and pubs, you don't see barbecue nearly as often because like killers already have their blood points and like the information from it is handy on some killers, but most killers just want gen regression at this point anyway. It doesn't matter. So,
which
I think it's gonna be a similar play around.
I'm just surprised that we haven't seen a lot of gen regression this season. Like we've only seen 5 trials so far in season 2, but like I think we've seen maybe Ruin, maybe a Scourge Hook. But, like, we haven't seen Pop. You know what? I just realized. We haven't seen a single Pop Goes to Weasel in these last 5 matches.
I mean, with Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, I feel like Pop got bumped down. Like before it was like what? It was Ruin, Pop, and then like some people would say Jolt would be third or something like that. Like Pain Resonance instantly shot up to top 2. It's so strong. You don't have to take time off to go babysit a Jet and kick it. Yep. It's not much regression, but it's still good.
Well, see, personally,
and then Ruin's dropped off, it seems like.
Oh yeah, no, I don't use Ruin anymore. I just go, it's the boon meta. I'm not touching totems if I can help, unless I'm like playing a specific build. But like for me, it's Corrupt, Pop, Scourge Hook. Like, because if you mix Scourge Hook Pop, it's 32% worth of regression on any singular generator. It's kind of nutty.
Yeah, it is a brutal amount of regression for the survivors, indeed. They get like, all right, we got it like, 80%. Okay, Blue Up will just stick around. Oh, he's coming over here, kicks it. Like, okay, well, now it's like back below 50%. Like, okay, great. It's pretty demoralizing. I've been preferring, I don't use Pop, I use just No Way Out.
Yeah.
I just like having the survivor stuck with me for that much longer. I'm a sadist like that.
Yeah, and I know for you, because you're obviously the Trickster main, I don't think I could say that there are many others, much like how there's somehow maybe only 2 Twins mains who are currently crying in a corner due to this BTB.
Poor Twins. Poor Twins. What did they do wrong?
Existed, that's what.
It's funny because their lore backs up the way they're being treated right now.
Yeah, pretty much. But
it's a bummer. I've actually found there's more Trickster mains than just me now. It turns out it's actually growing. More people are getting on the Trickster train, and I'm here for it. I'm glad to see more playable playing Trickster. Now I'm just going to be sad because people are going to finally learn how to counterplay him properly, and people are going to realize, oh, he's not actually that good.
Wait, telling me that he's not the most broken killer?
Yeah, right? It was amazing for like the first 5 months of playing him. Everybody's like, why are you playing the most OP killer in the game? Like, Nurse, what? And now people don't think he's overpowered anymore, not nearly as much.
I just love every time I go into your chat, I feel it's like a person's going in, why are you playing the most OP killer in the game? Like, can you not for like 5 seconds?
Right. The problem is the only time they say that is when we're on maps like Coal Tower is incredibly good for Trickster. Like, there's so much low-lying geometry, and if you just don't stick in the wooded areas, it's great. Temple of Purgation, oddly enough, is really good for Trickster because he can hit over everything there. Corn maps are not great. I know one of the most balanced maps in the game right now is Father Campbell's Chapel. He is garbage tier on Father Campbell's Chapel. There is nothing that you can see over. I kid you not. That every time I get that map, I just groan inside. That map is awful for Trickster.
Wait, we're talking about Father Campbell's Chapel? From what you just said, I thought you were talking about Grinning Storehouse.
No, Father Campbell's Chapel.
Okay.
There is very little on that map you can see over, so literally any loop that you go into, you just can't see over. You have to play a 110 killer, and 110 killer in Chase is pain.
Yeah, that is fair, that is fair. But it looks like we got all the builds in, and we are just waiting for a singular survivor to ready on up.
All right, sweet action. Who's going to be killing for us now? Is it going to be Modern Retro?
It is indeed Modern Retro. And they are going to be bringing the judge, the jury, the executioner himself, Mr. Pyramid Head.
I am down for this. Executioner has to be one of my favorite killers to see in comp. Because the people that, like, dedicate to that killer, you see some of the most nutty shots in the most nutty plays, and I love it. I still remember there was a game, oh my god, I think it was back in Kill or Be Killed last year, like almost 8 months ago now, that we saw someone take a Pyramid Head, and he absolutely mopped the floor on Coal Tower. It was gorgeous. Chef's kiss. Just so many shots. I loved it. I'm here for this. I want to see what happens here.
It's going to be very, very interesting, and I love myself some Pyramid Head. I have to say, though, he did receive just a smidge of a nerf not too long ago. You can no longer M2 strafe. As soon as your knife goes into the ground, you stop dead in your tracks. Before, you could, like, shift a little bit to the left or to the right, and that was perfect. I loved it to bits. But now, for some reason, it's like, no, you stop here.
The only downside, I would say, to the modern meta of playing Pyramid Head, which, again, it's not even that bad, is that you get a lot less value out of Pain Resonance, because Pain Resonance isn't exactly what you want to go for. I'd say he would benefit way more from Pop than Pain Resonance.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, to be fair, I feel like there's a time and a place to hook and a time and a place to cage. And there's some very
Right.
strategic ways you can do so, because if you know that this person's on a gen all the way over, you can get some good value. But with that being said, we are jumping right on in. And
Let's go.
let's see if the Executioner can find some survivors right off the bat, much like Oni Boy.
Got that barbed wire skin going. I think that's my favorite skin from it. It's just so disturbing. It's so well put together.
I love his blighted one. I am
Really?
a fan of that one. I know a lot of people aren't, but that's my go-to.
The blighted knife is what does it for me. I love the blighted knife. The rest of the skin is kind of meh, but the blighted knife is like really good looking. That is a nice looking piece of work. And now he just first found it, was it 30 seconds in, he finally found a survivor? They did a really good job immersing this time.
Yeah, they did actually a really good job of kind of hiding it out, and like we said, the Shroud of Binding, being able to know that all the survivors spawn together is very, very strong, and it looks like that they have done a really good job of kind of spread themselves across the map, and Adam here doing a fantastic job of dodging the Pyramid Head's attempts at a punishment of the damned.
Indeed, I think he was trying to read the Killer Instinct to get a shot on him, and it just didn't work. I'm curious how the survivors mind game this. All right, good hit there. Dropping the pallet might have been a bit of a waste of pallet there. I don't know.
And we see Adam trying desperately to mind game at that pallet to kind of fake out the, the punishment of the damned, but Pyramid Head just not falling for it. And wait. Okay, I'll be honest, I can see the perks. I didn't look at the perks. Was that Bitter Murmur?
I think it might have been either that or Rancor doesn't do that, right? It just shows you like the scream or something, right?
Yeah, Rancor is a snapshot, and
ooh, that shot on high surveillance though.
Beautiful hit on the punishment.
That's what I want to see. Let's go. Oh, and wait, they were caged over here. They have to be careful. This guy could get tunneled out so quickly here.
And this is the beauty.
And he goes down. He gets a double hit. Oh my word. Okay. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a freak out session here. My word.
I think where you're looking for there is Rugasm.
This is a family friendly stream.
Oh yeah, you say that as we have hookers coming by later, Rue.
Hey, that is in reference to the Dead by Daylight hooking action. I'm kidding. Oh my goodness, that was a fantastic shot. That is two back-to-back phenomenal hits from this killer. This is Kyle 18. All right, I see you. And yeah, I think you're right. That is Bitter Murmur. That's interesting. So that means if he's coming and they're going to jam out a gen in his face, he might be able to get a nice shot on them as they run away.
Yeah, it's definitely a really interesting play. I can't remember the last time Bitter Murmur of all things was used in comp.
Oh, I 100% agree. This is a very interesting choice of perk here.
But we do see Nancy here, and we're going over to this hook, and I'm afraid for this Adam's life as Nancy looks to be going and trying to go for this 1-for-1 trade. But as I know all too well, Pyramid Head don't care about your hooks.
She doesn't even get the unhook. Yeah, this guy's gonna die here. Oh my word, one death already at 3 gens left, and then another hook coming for this Nancy? Oh man, this could be disaster for these survivors already. Yeah, they better be on gens right now.
This is a very good showing, and exactly what you love to see from Pyramid Head, understanding that they are one of the 2 killers in the game that can hit through objects and hit through other survivors for double hits, as we saw off that Adam earlier, and they are in just a great position to close out this match.
But he sees exactly what he wants to see, 2 survivors on that gen, no other survivor on any other gen. He knows exactly what he has. He has perfect information here.
Yeah, but it looks like they're going to be baiting out that chase and maybe trying to mess with their comms, as they are going to be kind of falling back bit by bit while keeping an eye on these survivors. You want to point out that, the majority of these gens on Shaq's side have gone. There's like maybe 1. And so they're just kind of keeping an eye on where these survivors are going and trying to bait out this unhook.
Indeed, and the zoning going on right now is really well done. I think, though, the survivors have made enough progress that if they commit, they can probably get an unhook here. But at what cost? Like, that early sacrifice right there is absolutely backbreaking. I don't know if this... I think the better play would have been in just trying to get to a gen at this point. But you're right, there is a 3 gen back here, and I don't know how you're going to be able to cat and mouse that. Yeah, there's that second phase right there.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, now it just
Wow.
comes down to whether or not these survivors are going to make use of their time, as Zach is currently, their time is but dwindling away, as Pyramid Head will now be in chase with the Ace, and Ace with a beautiful dodge from the punch
Good
from the
mind
dam,
games.
but will still take the M1.
Well, he was either going to take the M1 or he's going to take the M1 and get infected. I respect taking the hit and not getting infected with the gulag.
I agree. However, I want to note something. No scratch marks, no blood. I smell a lucky break.
I think it might be Lucky Break overcome because he kept running like the little Energizer Bunny. He gone.
Yeah, and Pyramid Head just kind of looking around going, where in the fresh hell? And yeah, Ace is just out of there.
That might have been the best possible scenario for the survivors. They got the unhook, they got the reset on the heel, and Ace is in goodness nowhere land. He's in purgatory. He's out of here. So this might have been the closest thing to a reset these survivors could hope for here. Claudia, was that a sprint burst, I think?
I think that was a sprint burst. Got some pretty good distance in a very,
Pre-dropping.
very early pallet drop there.
A gen? No, that wasn't gen. I thought that was a gen for a second. What was that alert? Did I just...
That was
am I
that was
seeing
the
things?
pallet.
Oh, okay. I was so confused for a second there. All right. Well, he has this scooped up. Ooh, firecracker play. Almost got him, too.
And a very cheeky play there, using the firecracker to force the killer to look up and then trying to get past their POV, but Pyramid Head being a little bit too smart for that and does get the M1 hit on the Claudette.
Indeed, and she is out of there. Not that that's smart. That is not the safest palette to mind game against a Pyramid Head. A little bit of back and forth here. I think they're just trying to waste as much time as humanly possible to let these other survivors. They did get a gen done. It is worth noting.
Yeah, so we're down to
They
one gen
could
remaining.
pull it out. They might be able to get a 2-man.
No, I would 110% agree that these survivors have done a fantastic job, and I think, as you said, that chase on the Ace, resulting in that lucky break play, kind of just turned the tables on this match.
Yeah, that might have been play of the game for the survivors. They finish it with an adrenaline play on the Ace and deliverance from the Claude?
Not to mention, though, I do want to know another noise notification out of nowhere, and an insta-down stating that the Pyramid Head does indeed have no way out and no-ed.
Oh, man, that is brutal. And Nancy's death hook, he knows it, but he's not going to go for the hook and the kill. He wants another one. That makes a lot of sense here. Oh, and the Claudette is caught up, but, I mean... I think he's wanting Ace. I think he really, really wants Ace here. Oh, is he just going to back and take his 2K? He's going to take his 2K.
I think it makes
There
sense.
is time. He could still get a 3K here.
Yeah, no, I think with No Way Out still having a bit more time, as they did get 3 individual survivors.
Oh, look at this
resulting
exit
in
gates.
45.
Look at the exit gates.
Oh, yeah. No, they're wicked close. They're pretty much on the same wall.
Wow. That was Ace found that super quick. Okay, that's a good that is promising. That is a chance at a 2-man escape, and Claudette is probably going to go down here. If Claudette doesn't, they might have fired a bit preemptively there.
Some Pyramid Heads, they're known for their preemptive firings. But the Claudette, I'm surprised that she actually didn't take the hit on purpose. My reasoning is I'm thinking that maybe she had DS with that deliverance, but now there's no way
Fair.
for her to potentially have used that, as the broken status effect is gone, and Pyramid Head can now hook her in basement free of charge.
Indeed, and I think the Ace is just going to take us out here. There's no reason not to. Yeah, and there you go. We see Ace leave. Pretty good job on the Pyramid Head's part here, getting a 3K with it looks like it was going to be 9 hook states here.
Yeah,
Fantastic showing. We saw some great shots from the killer. Survivors had great counterplay too. Like, they wouldn't have got literally the Ace I think with Overcome and Lucky Break saved this game for the survivors. They gave them a chance. Those last 2 gens and that escape is on the back of the Ace, I would say.
Yeah, I would definitely.
And there it is. Yeah, we
agree.
see Overcome, Lucky Break.
It's such a nasty combination, but when it works,
really
it works.
is. Yeah, for real though, that is a fantastic job. Surprisingly, not the one with the med kit either. So his job is literally just take the hit, disappear, and then sit around on a gen until adrenaline procs.
What I actually think is also not just that part of play, but I also love to see the use of leader, which I am going to like to see more often. Because take that body block
Faster
to
hooks.
Overcome, you run to the person of leader, they might have, I don't know, botany on top which, and they just heal you wicked quick. Like, it's a very good use of that perk.
For sure, and the person with deliverance did not have decisive strike.
Yeah, I did
Wait.
note that too.
The person that died first had decisive strike. Oh, that is brutal.
Yeah.
Wait, did they miss? No, they went to second phase.
No, I think
I'm trying
you're
to remember
right.
how
I
that
think
went.
that they either missed their decisive strike, or maybe what had happened is they attempted to pick up. Are we thinking of the last match?
No, I think we might be thinking of the last match. Nancy
you're
went
right,
to second phase
Yeah.
right off the bat, right?
Yes, she did.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, that was that a missed decisive strike? I don't actually know.
Yeah, we have to go back to the
maybe
VOD.
chat can fill us in.
Yeah, chat can let us know. I'm sure they're very well aware. But that being said, for set
What's
number
the score?
1, that is 34-27 with Modern
That's a
Retro.
close game.
It's a close game, but Modern Retro does come out with the set point. So they have won set number 1, and we will be moving into set number 2. For those who are not aware how Season 2 works as far as points, there's no longer winner takes all. You know, those with the most points, they don't claim the entire win. How it works is that when set 2, which is the next map, comes out, it kind of more or less sets it back to 0, which allows a team that might be a bit behind to still claim a point in their favor towards playoffs.
I'm kind of here for that. Getting 2 shots at it, and getting a point. I'm down for that. I kind of like that. It's a bit different. It's a bit spicy. I still have not completely read up on the rules yet. I really need to get on top of that because I want to have a better knowledge of like what is on the line when it comes to points and how they have to respond each time. And we're going to Dead Dog, right?
Yes, we are going to Dead Dog, and it looks like chat did correct us. Looks like they were caged first, remember? They caged and then immediately downs the Atom.
Yep. I remember that now. Yep. Well played. Caging the person with DS might be, I mean, it's probably the reason that Pyramid Head is considered like at least the top of the A tier. Because like his range is good, his chase is good, but he just like some of the best survivor perks in the game just do jack against him. It's the same reason that Plague is really strong because it just like anti-boon meta, anti-medkit meta. Same kind of thing with Pyramid Head. I like killers that restrict survivor options.
Yeah, I mean, that it's the reason why he is A tier is able to hit through any object, able to get double hits at will. Unlike Plague, where you need to have your Corrupt Purge, and survivors are well aware of that, you can do it whenever you want. And
Yeah, she's more RNG based.
Yeah, exactly. And with Pyramid Head, you're just able to deny Decisive, BT, Will Make It, Resurgence, what have
Deliverance.
you. Yep. There's so much good value.
Oh yeah. That killer is nuts. And it's crazy because I hear a lot of people saying, oh, they need to remove a lot of those things on his cage. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
He's strong, but he's not oppressive.
Well, not to mention that, but people don't realize, and I don't see people understanding enough, that if you're tormented and you uncage the person, you remove torment. Like, people just don't understand the little nuances of counterplay against him. And I think that as people start to understand it, you'll lose a little bit of his value, but I still think he will always have a place in A tier.
Oh yeah, he's just so far and away one of the better killers that they've like, not inherently designed, but they've made. Like he's just so. When you've got killers like what would it be? Legion, Trapper, Freddy. This killer's heads and tails above them, which is crazy because Freddy used to be super strong. I'm surprised that he fell off so hard after the nerf to his chase. I thought he would still be good because the teleportation, the map pressure that he could apply.
I don't think it's that, honestly.
Can't.
He just lost his passive gen pressure, right? With no more swing
the
chains,
slowdown.
no more jump rope.
Right,
and
I
so
forgot
no
about
more
that, yeah.
Forever Freddy, and so like survivors now just don't care. They don't care if he teleports. Like, okay, you've fully committed to teleport. Now I leave. Versus before they would have the teleport and they go, okay, I need to leave now.
Right. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Yeah. It's so weird to see the rise and fall because, in all fairness, Freddy's still in a great position compared to where he was 2 years ago.
I mean, no one understood how to play Freddy at that point in time.
I think they just didn't want to. It's like, wait, hold on. I can't hit survivors. I have to find a survivor and then hug them for 8 seconds and then hit them?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
It was a thing.
For those of you who don't know, old Freddy used to have to pull survivors into the dream world manually before he could even hit them.
Yeah.
It was pain. That rework was much needed.
It was. Speaking of reworks,
Legion?
as initially, at Legion, but even better yet, what are you feeling about Haddonfield, friend? How do you feel about Haddonfield?
I have not seen anything regarding Haddonfield. The graphical update, I'm down for graphical updates. It seems good. I am hesitant because I will say they don't make collision like they used to with the graphic stuff. Like there's a game where the 2 survivors DC'd right off the bat. I let the survivors farm it out. I just went around looking to see what you could throw through. You know the checkered box like fencing filigree and whatnot?
Yep.
You can throw knives through the small gaps in there, but it'll still hit. Like the collision that they programmed when the game first came out. Like I don't like Haddonfield's design wise, but daggum, they did the collision so good. Modern collision, like on Dead Dog, like you could throw like easily above objects and it still just collides in midair. It's just like they've gotten really sloppy with modern collision. I hope they don't do that with this rework. The graphics look great. I want to see how the collision looks like.
That's fair. That's fair. Also, got a question in chat regarding how the point system works. Basically, it's not 1 to 0. How it works is that in set 1, whoever has the most points in that set, in this case, Modern Retro, gets the set point. Set 2, if an instance that, let's say, Atrocity ends up with 34 points and Modern Retro of 27, Atrocity will then claim the set point. However, let's say that one team has 1 point above the other. So let's say it results in second set, Atrocity got 28 points and Modern Retro got 27. What have you. It results in the overall match score also awarding a point. So you have 3 set points that you can receive, 1 from each set and 1 from an overall win. So that way it's not winner take all and it's not best of. It's suggesting that even if you have a bad set, you're not going to be put out into a bad situation. That's fair.
Because, yeah, you could have a phenomenal killer round and the rest of your games just don't go your way. So I get that.
Exactly.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's one of the things that we struggled with in prior seasons was sometimes season 4, or not season 4, game 4 or game 3 just not mattering based on the point difference, and we kind of wanted to change that, and so that's why we're kind of changing things up a bit and seeing how it works. And so far, what we've seen from like last match, where it was a one-sided match, we saw a 3-point gain by Cerebral Assassins, whereas I believe it was, one of blanking out on the team names, their opponent gained no points. As we overslept.
Okay.
There we go.
We overslept? I guess they did oversleep a little bit.
Just a little,
sorry.
a little.
I make that joke all the time. I'm sorry. That is one of the first names that I actually knew back in the day. It's crazy to see where we oversleps come. Like back in the day, back in like OG Vigos, they were kind of bottom of the roster, and since then they've really improved significantly. They've had roster changes, and they just improved their overall game. So it's cool to see where they come from.
Yeah, no, I mean overall, comp has evolved time and time again. And, you know, we see teams change all the time, but there's still some, you know, names that have stayed the test of time. We overslept being one of them.
Indeed. And, so I hate to go back to the topic because so if they announced any other changes to Haddonfield that I just haven't heard of, I'm really hoping it's a scenario where they don't just put breakable walls in place of doorways. That would just make me want to just like not want to play the game anymore. If you bring a Haddonfield, I'll just kill the game. I do not care. I will never go to Haddonfield again.
Yeah, they haven't said anything, so we don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I think the biggest thing that they also need to change is just House of Pain. You know, both Badham Preschool and Haddonfield. That in some way, shape, or form needs to be changed. But I think beside that, like, there isn't much that I really care for them to change. I think honestly Haddonfield's not as bad as many people make it out to be, but that's about it.
So it's funny you mentioned so the Myers house, I have not had that Myers house like basement window spawn.
It got shadow nerfed.
I think in 2 months.
It got shadow nerfed.
Okay, that's the thing. People have been saying the Dead Dog, like the window.
Also. Yeah.
I literally got that the other night, where that window spawned, and there's no way out of it except the window. They haven't gotten rid of that completely.
They haven't gotten rid of that, but like for the most part, I've seen it where it doesn't like consistently doesn't spawn the window, but like
it just doesn't spawn the window. Yeah.
Whereas Haddonfield, they straight up got shadow nerfed. The infinite quote unquote loop at Myers house no longer exists, nor does the window into basement.
Right. Okay. I thought it was something else. Yeah, the window in the basement. I thought you meant the House of Pain, because House of Pain, I've got where there's literally all 4 windows spawn.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no.
well, I don't want to exist right now.
I
This
see
is
survivors go to House
awful.
of Pain as a 115, and I go, no.
Yeah. Yeah, just no shot. Like, the only times I will ever take especially as a trickster, a House of Pain, is if I have trick blades and, like, the cufflinks. And it's like, okay, I can play this game now.
That's fair.
It's like,
That's fair.
You want to take House of Pain? I'll take you to House of Pain. But that's about the only situation, because otherwise, no. Bump that. No. Not in this life. Yeah, I hope that they don't do... Like, I wouldn't mind a reverse game where, you know, the game used to be relatively killer-sided, and then they made it, like, ultra survivor-sided with all the pallets. Make Haddonfield killer-sided. Do it. I dare you. Please.
Be careful.
Listen.
Survivors might not like that.
Well, cry me a river. I have, like, a billion Haddonfield offerings that I refuse to use as a killer. Let me use them.
Okay, but in all honesty, I'm kind of just like of the opinion. I do agree with a lot of people are saying, like, just remove map offerings. Like, they're always used consistently to disenfranchise one side or the other. I'd be down with that. I'd be down with that.
Okay. I don't think you necessarily need to remove them. I think you modify how they work.
Okay.
Make it either where it's a map ban system where it's like, I take this map offering, we don't go to that location.
Okay.
Or make it where it's for survivors, it is a percent, where it's like they have a 20% chance to go this map. So if all 4 survivors take a Haddonfield offering, you have an 80% chance to go there. It's not guaranteed.
And it used to be like that for a time.
Right, yeah, with
especially 'cause
the common and the uncommon ones.
yeah, exactly. So it used to be like that, but then they consolidated it down. So it'll be interesting to see if they ever do touch on that.
I don't think they will. I think they're happy with map offerings for the moment, which is annoying. But to be fair, they did give us Sack Wars, which is a counter-ish. If you're like, all right, this looks like a 4-man PC Swift with comms, take the Sack Ward offering. Oh, they didn't bring anything. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's kind of the hard part about that, where, like, if they just don't bring anything, then it's just pain, right?
Yeah, you just get zucked. It's the downside, but I have definitely caught my fair share of Cold Wind map offerings with that, and it's pretty great because you load in and like someone just DCs immediately, like, get wrecked.
Yep.
That's a
Been
good
there,
feeling.
done that.
Yeah, it's so good. Or like the bigger one nowadays is survivors taking RPD maps. And I'm just like, ugh. Like, you know what's bad? Whatever side takes RPD, you know neither side's gonna have fun when the other person takes it.
See,
Survivors take it. Oh, they know what they're doing. They know the map layout.
I
The
was
killer
about to
brings it.
say.
Oh, you're one of those killers.
I don't mind RPD all too much, to be honest with you.
It depends. If I'm playing Trickster, I don't like it. It's too big, and the way that it's structured, you can duck in and out of rooms so frequently that I just can't get shots on you. As soon as I stop to take a shot, I might get one knife, but then I'm backed up so far behind you, you get so much distance. It's so bad for Trickster. Like, without trick knives, you're just dead in that map, I feel like. Unless, obviously, if survivors are potatoes, then it doesn't matter, but I'm not going to assume that survivors are always potatoes. There are good survivors in this game.
Yes, that is a matter of fact. But looks like we are good to go at this point in time. Just waiting on some survivors to ready on up, but as we are waiting, thoughts on The Ring? March is coming quick.
I'm going to break a lot of hearts here. I have not seen any of the Ring movies. I haven't seen the originals. I haven't seen the remakes. I have not seen any of it. All I know is some clips that I have seen. I can speculate what's going to be like. I would love to see something. You know, the pig has the reverse bear trap boxes.
Yep.
You've got Plague with the shrines. You got Freddy with the timers. I would love to see televisions that the person can just teleport and crawl through. That would be sick. Like having predetermined teleport spots that you can just go to anytime. It's like a demo style in a way.
That's my only fear is I
know.
don't know like what they're gonna do, because I feel like there's so many teleport based
There are,
killers between
yeah.
Freddy and Demo, and like Demo basically is that, but Demo can place them. So I feel like
Exactly.
it
But
would
you can
be a
destroy
worse
them.
Demo.
Well, but you can destroy those portals. You can't. Like, I would imagine you couldn't destroy or interact with the TVs necessarily. They might make
True.
them interactable. I don't know. The alternative I've heard is that the killer can like climb on geometry, but I want to say I've heard them say that they are not going to like scale vertically the game like that. the game's collision is already kind of dodgy in some places.
True.
Imagine trying to program a killer that climbed on geometry. Just
yeah, I'm there with you. I love the idea. I love the idea, but I don't think it'll be able to execute on. But that being said, we are jumping right on in, and we have the Oni.
Give me the Oni. You know, on Dead Dog, I'm kind of here for it. Depending on the... Okay, do they have a 3-gen? I think they saw the 3-gen, right? They have a 3-gen in this dead zone, right?
They do. I also want to point one thing about Dead Dog. Honestly, if the survivors play smart and play into the jungle gym towards Water Wheel, I feel like Oni's just going to have a miserable time.
That is a very fair point. There are enough vault locations you might be able to, you know, dodge that first hit. And there are some pallets that you do have to contend with back here initially, so that is also a point. Are there 2 survivors back here?
At the very least, one, as we see Nancy drop that pallet in Oni's face, but I'm not sure if the second survivor here, and we do see that pallet get broken. So I feel like the survivors do need to prioritize that generator to just get it out of the way as soon as possible.
Agreed, and it looks like, are they on Gallows? They are on Gallows. We see Nia up here. Is that balance landing?
It is indeed.
That is balance landing, yep.
Good distance had there by the Nia, and Nancy going in, and man, they are camping pallets today.
Indeed. Also, just a question. This is... Oh, wait, no, this is the other team. Okay, so this is Metro playing Oni. Okay, so we're not seeing double Oni. Okay.
Yeah, so this is Modern Retro on Oni on Dead Dog, and Atrocity on Survivor.
All right, I'm curious to see how they play this. Yeah, Nia obviously taking the Gallows gen. That's smart. This map, like, despite being somewhat killer-sided, I think, there's so many things survivors can play with, like, in a comp setting. You've got your balanced landing spots. You got your dedicated balanced landing spots. Like, Dead Hard's always going to be good. Sprint Burst for that dead zone back there. It's such a vibrant variety of obstacles in this map.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I feel like a lot of survivors, especially in pubs, just don't know how to play this area, because Saloon is a tough spot for any killer to be in, because they can loop this for quite some time. You
really can, and I think, yeah, I see Nia going back here. I imagine Nia waited out their exhaustion, and you don't come here without having your exhaustion off, right?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, and immediately bounce landing. There you go. Wait, hold on. They commit this? There's no basement for them to drop into. Oh boy, this might be a bit of waste of time. We might see a gen pop here.
I think if there was a time to pop a gen, now would be it. And a little bit of a mind game there from the Oni, but Nia not to be outdone.
They do the hit,
take the hit.
All right, I imagine you're just gonna follow this Nia, right? You just want the. Hold on, is that that's not a Keto's crutch in Lion Fang. That's Lion Fang and
the splintered
hull. That's extra blood.
Yep.
Oh, we see the extra blood coming clutch there. Not a Keto's crutch, but clutch. I'm sorry, I got word games. Is he got a bloodluster? He's got a bloodluster.
It would seem that way, and he just wants to get this down, and will end up getting it, but I fear that it might be at the risk of losing upwards of 3 gens here.
Or the 3-gen. If the survivors don't pop a gen back in that 3-gen, I will be very concerned about what their plan was.
Yeah, you're not wrong. We do see Nancy on the Gallows, up there on Gallows. The question then remains if that corner gen where we saw that first pallet drop, if anyone's back there as well.
For real. And yep, they get the stun there. Good job from the Nancy. That gen is like 70% on the Gallows, so they might need to be really careful here. How much distance does Nancy get from this? All right, they've got the shack option. Faking it. Ooh, that was a good fake. Oh, the 360. Well done from Nancy there.
And actually really good usage of the geometry that Dead Dog provides on Shack. That little beam right there, making it very hard for Oni to kind of flick around. And Oni's going to drop Chase here, and it looks like maybe going to try and go for Nia, who might be up on Gallows.
Yep, and we see 1 gen pop, but it's not the Gallows gen. Lucky for the killer. Nia, yeah, she's going to go right in there. Hold on. Is this DS or is this bait?
We'll have to wait and see, but I'm going to guess DS.
All right, yeah, so they didn't get a chance to touch that gen. Well played on the Nia's part.
And Nancy
but now, do you just tunnel up the Nia?
No, looks like he's going to drop Chase off Nia and instead try and stop this Nancy from popping off the Gallows gen. I do also want to note that Saloon actually has more progress than Gallows based on Deadlock blocking it off.
Right, and also worth noting, I don't think there's any pallets left to drop in this corner. I think they've dropped them all.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a instance of kind of hit and run, right? These survivors are going to take hits, probably go to Saloon, where you have that window vault to extend chase, because I think it's going to be a situation of no pallets left no matter where you go, and I think these survivors are doing what I love to see when working around Deadlock. You get one Gen 99, and you leave it to the very end.
That is smart counterplay. And I guess with Deadlock seeing so much play that survivors finally figured out an optimal plan against it.
Yeah, this is exactly what I told my team as soon as Deadlock, the TOs and I decided Deadlock did not need to be banned. I'm like, okay, cool, just 99 of single gen out in a corner where the killer doesn't want to be, and we'll be fine.
Are they gonna bang that out?
Doesn't look like it. An ace will drop, but I don't think I saw Nia. So I think Nia might still be up there,
Yeah,
and
she's
sure
on
enough.
that.
And
they pop a gen, but it was, hold on. The Saloon gen is 99, so they could pop that? That's insane!
Oni is struggling right now. This Nia has been a thorn in his side, and looks like he wants his vengeance.
I would say so. That was a fantastic strat on the survivors part. Yeah, like you said, 99ing that gen. And what can the survivors do here? Or not, I'm sorry, what can Oni do here?
Not much, in all honesty. I mean, as soon as Deadlock goes off, which is right now, survivors can jump immediately on that, pop it, and get the hell out.
Wow. And was that a locker?
That was a locker.
Yep. Oh, man. The survivors played this beautifully. As a killer, man, I'm just like, I feel pain for Oni right now, but daggum, they played that well.
And I do want to point out that we did hear a noise notification as well, suggesting no way out, but only had a hook on a single survivor, so that's only an additional 15 seconds. And hey, you know that window?
Yeah, that window.
You want to know something else? Oni has
Is
bamboozle.
that bamboozle?
Yeah, Oni might have him bamboozle.
That's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. I wonder if they were gonna play into this like kind of like a meme, like, all right, we're gonna trap him in the the window from hell, but didn't really get a chance to. They are gonna get a fresh hook on this ace though. So
I wish I was in the VC of my ref right now, listening to the ace go, he has bamboozle.
And they left. Yeah, I don't blame him. He's got his power. He can wait this one out. I mean, 3 out, 5 hook game. I take my win there. I mean, to be fair, the way they played that, they definitely would have earned a 4 out, but I respect it. Just like, all right, we did a fantastic job. We'll just take the out. We did so good.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So definitely an interesting result, I'll be honest. Was not expecting Oni to result in a kill there, but that bamboozle was just clutch.
That bamboozle was actually pretty good. They was like, I'll just jump in here and jump back out. We'll get the out. And then he's like, Well
then, this is unfortunate.
Top 10 anime betrayals? Question mark?
And that match, I will say, it's getting pretty close right now, looking at 42 to 37. Some points might still be coming in, of course, because we do have that little bit of delay. But with that being said, I mean, it's anyone's game, I think, as we go into game number 4 here.
Definitely, okay, I'm sorry. I thought I had to sneeze there for a second. Anyway, yeah, that was a wild ride of a game. That was... The fact that he got a fresh hook on the ace definitely helped him out, giving him this, like, literally 3 extra hook states and a kill. So, lucky for the Oni there, but if it wasn't for that, even with that, the survivors had that was one of the most dominant performances I've seen from a survivor team in a long time, especially on Dead Dog, which is generally not something survivors okay, to be fair, I also see like nurses a lot on Dead Dog, so I guess that might also be an issue, but survivors felt like they were in control that entire time. I couldn't figure out what the Oni could do better. The Oni was they played very well. I think maybe the issue was they committed to Nia for too long. Once they got his power, maybe he should have broke away and tried something else. But really, I don't think the Oni played incredibly poorly. That might be the only part that I could really nitpick. The survivors were just super good. They did a really good job tackling the gens.
No, that
was incredible.
They did a fantastic job, worked around Deadlock to a T, in my opinion. So...
Oh, yeah, perfectly, because what are you going to do about the gen? That is the safest gen to 99 on that map.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Oh my word! Yeah, they had the strat and they executed it flawlessly. I think the only thing that was a hiccup in their plan was that bamboozle at the end.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate moment to say the least.
Yeah, I think in all fairness, the ace just got punished for being a bit cheeky. It wasn't a horrible play, but it was kind of cheeky. It's like, oh, I'll just go in here. You have to hit me once, and then I jump out. And we're good. You messed around and found out. That was the unfortunate side. Otherwise, I think it would have been fine.
Indeed, indeed. And actually, okay.
That was a great game.
That was a great game, and it's also apparently a lot closer than I thought it was. It looks like it's 45-44.
No shot.
Yeah, it's a 1-point game going into trial number 4 right now with Atrocity as the killer.
I'm going to turn the AC on. It just got a little hot in here. Good night. All right. I mean, those 5 hook states definitely did a lot. That definitely kept it from being a blowaway, but I didn't think it was brought that close. Daggum. All right, let's go.
If we look at right now, so set 1, we looked at 34 points to 27 in Modern Retro's favor. So, you know, a 7-point difference. As we're right now in set number 2, it's 11 points Modern Retro, 17 to Atrocity. So that 17 points definitely helped Atrocity kind of close that gap. And now we're only 1 point away. And I mean, that could put Atrocity in potential for not only claiming set 2, but also the match point.
Right, match point as well. And I think Chad just pointed this out. I didn't even think about that. Ace, I don't remember if Ace had the unhook or not, but Ace could have had Deliverance technically there. But when the survivors left, obviously it was. I didn't even think about that. There potentially be a Deliverance play.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I just don't think that Ace thought they were going to be put in that position, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think they're
agreed.
like, okay, I'm just going to jump in here, take a hit, maybe life out, and then it went, oh no.
You done goofed.
As like probably a worse moment than like having Blood Warden activate. Like having Bamboozle activate as you're in a room with no way out.
Honestly, that would have been the one time I think head-on might have been better than live, because they did jump in that locker immediately. Oni punched the door and then went for the locker. He could have head-on and got out, possibly. I don't know.
You know, maybe head-on will become meta. Who knows?
There we go. Haddonfield rework. There's lockers everywhere. New meta. There we go.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right? Or maybe that's the ring goop. Maybe that's the maybe that's the design. They just it's a locker-based killer. They come out of the lockers.
Ooh. Well, some maps are kind of with lockers, I'll be honest.
Yeah, like Sheltered Woods, there's like maybe 5 lockers to the map.
I was about to say,
Vomit.
You should know being a Trickster main.
Sheltered Woods sucks. Like, locker-wise. For Trickster, it's actually not that bad, because you can zone the killers, you can zone the survivors out so well on that map. Yeah, there's like some collision with the trees and dodging, but the rocks aren't super tall on some of them. You can get knives over them. It's literally just the locker placements that's the pain. The map is actually like not that bad for Trickster. Like, yeah, you don't go around the entire map, but you just hold down an area. That's if you're playing Trickster and you're walking all around the map, you're playing wrong.
That's fair. That's fair. No, it's actually thinking
the large map doesn't matter.
What I would love for a map rework, of all maps, I would love a Mother's Dwelling rework.
Please, oh my goodness, please, yes. Just like literally trim the edges down, like take it in, like just suck it in a little bit, tighten the belt. That's all you got to do. And like, yeah, the center building's also like probably like it's stronger. I would say that's probably stronger than Old Chalet. Like that's a really strong. Like it doesn't even really matter where the windows spawn. It's just a really strong, strong center building. So if they like tightened it up, and then like. Honestly, that's a place where you could put 2 breakable doors on areas that don't currently even have a door, and that becomes far more balanced.
Yeah.
Like tighten it a little bit, make some breakable doors. I think you're in a good spot.
No, I tend to agree with you. So I think little changes. Maybe eventually you'll see a change to the shelter. Not Shelter Woods, to Mother's Dwelling. Though I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few extra lockers, just I don't know, thrown randomly in Shelter Woods.
Yeah, well, okay, that's the thing is it's technically locker alley. You've got the walls, the four lanes where you've got like a line of lockers.
Yeah.
The main building has lockers, and the like the second story shack or the second story hut and shack have lockers. It's actually not too bad for locker wise.
Okay.
Most of your tiles have lockers. it's just big, and the line of sight there is actually more constricted.
Yeah, because all the trees.
And the gen spread is a lot more harsh. On Shelter Woods, the gen spread is not nearly as bad in some cases. You can get like a really spread out gen situation, but on Mother's Dwelling, the gen spread is like there's just one in every corner. You're like, no, there's no shot.
That is fair. That is fair. Well, as we are getting these final builds in from Atrocity and from Modern Retro, I do want to mention that we do have 2 more matches later tonight. And we are looking at Salody, which was formerly Raymond, versus Remedy and Golden
Oh, they're a new name?
Yes, they are under a new name, Salody. I think that's how you say it. I don't know, to be honest.
How do you spell that?
Saloedi.
Oh. Yeah, well, not what I was expecting at all. Okay, yeah. Maybe chat can correct us. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Salody. Yeah, I guess that's supposed.
Salody. I was like, I'll figure it out. But we have Salody versus Remedy and Golden Wolves versus the Hookers, and I believe you are going to be with Alfred Domo at 4 p.m. Is that correct?
Yes, Domo Sensei will be here.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. And then, do you want to talk about our special guest next Saturday?
Wait, we have a special guest next Saturday? What?
Dude.
Yes, I believe that is Junie Q, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought, yeah. I don't know if we'll ever be able to get both of them on. I would love to have both of them on just good for the dynamic, but...
I think we are for next week.
Oh, they are going to both be on? Okay,
yeah.
Bet. I did not realize that. I had skimmed through the chat log. I was also like dead asleep when I read through it, so that might have been the issue.
That's fair.
I didn't know if it was going to be one or both of them. Okay, sweet. Yeah, again, they're kind of OGs. I remember them from way back in the day. I say way back in the day, it's like a year and a half ago, but I am still shocked to this day that they are not like mega huge. They have like the single most unique setup for a Twitch stream I have ever seen. It's so cool. I don't know if we'll be able to incorporate that in here, but I would like to at some point try. It'd be cute.
And I would be down for that. But I'm very excited to have them on board and have them joining you for a few matches on Saturday. So definitely be interesting to say the least. And that'll be our entire first round between today and Saturday, where we have, let's actually kind of look through these teams for the Saturday team. We have Hex Girls, who are now known as Mirage. How do we get here? Sample Text, Shadow Wolves, Divine, Monarchy, Deadheads, and Purge.
I know like half those names. Some of like Purge?
Yes, Purge was...
That is an aggressive name.
It is an aggressive name. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what their team name was before, but they changed it.
Oh, so this is a rebrand.
Yes, this is a rebrand.
Okay, gotcha. Also, I do believe we have a raid coming in here, so welcome in. This is Champions of the Fog. If you guys didn't know, we are currently in the first rounds of season. This is season 2, correct?
This is season 2. Technically
season
3, but season 2.
Everybody has a prelude.
Exactly.
It's not like you can be like, season 8 and you go into season 9. It's like, actually, we're going to call this the prequel series. This is the prequel season. That's not how this works. So you already did your prequel season. That's good. We're in season 2. I'm here for it.
But yes, thank you much for the raid. We do appreciate it. For those who do not know me, I am Mark, aka Guildspire, and this is the lovely Rugod.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that intro. You are very kind to me. Oh man, I'm sorry. I am nursing this coffee like it's cocaine. I'm just gonna say it. I am running on. I'm running on empty right now, but coffee's good, and I'm here for it. I'm also the first game was good, but the past 2 games have been just flooring me the whole time. It's been so good.
It has been a fun time, and this is what I love to see from. Oh, thank you, Karen. Purge is the is OD. Is OD's
Wait, what?
Rebrand. Yes.
OOD is now Purge?
Yes.
No shot, dude. OOD. Let's go. Okay. I'm kind of sad it's not OOD anymore, but Like, OOD is again one of those OGs where back in the beginning they were like bottom, and then like probably within like 3 to 6 months they were like they ground to the top. They're a good team.
Oh yeah,
like they went from their rags to riches story as far as the comp scene, in my opinion. I also realized that I'm like really off center here. I'm sorry. I'm gonna scoot over here a little bit.
Fine.
There we go. We're here.
But no, I'm wicked excited to see what everyone can bring to the table. And yeah, we've had some really amazing matches. So if you have some time, definitely check out the VOD. Especially because we've been seeing a lot of like A tiers, a lot of B tiers, and we're not seeing like all S tiers, which is just fantastic in my opinion.
Oh, I love it. I love to see a little bit of shakeup in the game.
Oh yeah.
I agree with the philosophy that not every killer should be S tier, not even A tier or B tier. Like, I'm okay with having lower tier killers, but I still think there needs to be like some possibility. Like Legion and Trapper, you can just counterplay them to a T. Like, even I hate to say Hag, but you can even counterplay Hag to a T now. It's really weird. Hag is pub stomper up to a certain point, and then it's just
Yep, pretty much.
It's kind of crazy. Like without Rusty Shackles, she just can't. Like, I don't even know if she, even with Rusty Shackles, if you just have good comms, it still can't. I don't know. It's so weird how that works. But Legion's getting reworked. Honestly, Trapper is far more viable than he used to be. He's still like not great, but he's not like, or they're like, oh, there's Legion's a D tier killer and Trapper's. It wasn't like Trapper used to be like the F tier, like bottom, like dregs. Now he's like, at least he's on par with Legion. It's not great, but it's better than being in the gutter.
Yeah, I'd say like bottom C, maybe D, along with Legion right now. Definitely Myers is down by his lonesome at the very bottom.
Yeah, Myers definitely fell off hard. I've been hearing Myers reworks told for like over a year now. His add-on, I guess his sweep of add-ons was nice, but I really want to see a killer rework at this point.
Nah, I agree with you, and looks like maybe a reset, as
what happened?
There's a bit of a DC, it seems. So I feel like maybe they did not set the match, or not the match, the map rather.
Oh no! Do we not have a map set?
They may have not set the map, or they may have not saved it at the very least, and so we'll let our refs let us know what all went down and who will be receiving a penalty as need be.
All right, well, I guess this lets me continue my Myers rant for a little bit longer. Oh, man. Yeah, I like some of the ideas that I saw from Scott video where, like, just reverse the way his stalking works. You get more stalk when you're close and you get less stalk from far away. Let him get better stalk from far away. That would be a huge bonus. Like, it's not like earth-shattering, but be great for him. I don't know. There needs to be something done for Myers. I love the flavor behind the killer. They need to remove Tombstone. Tombstone needs to go. That's not a healthy add-on in this day and age. As I said for the old Moris, it's a relic of a bygone era. Back in the day where survivors, there was nothing you could do. Like, killing a survivor like right out the gate was fine, I guess. But we're in a different state. We're in a different stage of game at this point. Tombstones need to be removed or reworked, one of the two. And Myers just needs to be changed. I don't know if they can with the intellectual properties.
That's the hard part about IPs, but since we're seeing a Haddonfield rework, I'm feeling that we might be seeing some tweaks to Myers too. So I have my fingers crossed.
Yeah, we can hope. We can only hope. Like just being able to act like 99, activate your tier 3 whenever you want. Like, the community has no shortage of ideas on how to make Myers better, or just playable, nicer, just something to give him. Like, honestly, I like most of his add-ons besides the tombs. Like, there's nothing fair about the purple tombstone. At least like the pink tombstone is like a bit weird. You get slower, but like the purple tombstone is just insane.
Yeah.
Otherwise, his add-ons are actually pretty cool. Like faster stalking. You got an obsession stalking one. Like, he's got some really cool and interesting add-ons, but yeah, I don't know. I would love some Meyer tweaks. Also, like, there's no consistency in Corn. I can't tell if he's like I can't stalk through corn, but sometimes I can. Like I don't know what's up with that, but
Yeah,
I
him
don't
and
know. I'll take it.
Ghostface weep on any Coldwind map. That's just a matter of fact.
So who knows? I would be. I will be in your camp. I'll be hopeful that we see a tweak, rework, something for Myers. But they said they're doing Legion next, so I don't know when Myers will be on the docket. And to be fair, I want to see a Legion rework. Again, there are so many potentials you could do for like a tweak or something for Legion. I know they're hesitant because like remember when Legion first came out? Just gag me. Oh my word.
OG Legion was a time. OG Legion was a time.
That was, I think that might have been one of the only times we saw a killer introduced to the game that had more broken potential than Nurse. Which is insane to say because, like, Nurse is just cracked when you're good with her. And Legion was just like... And everybody died. Like, you could not stop him. There was no counterplay.
It was an interesting time to say the least. No doubt about that.
That was a time. So I'm glad they're reworking these characters. I'm glad they're on the docket. I'm hopeful for Myers. They said Legion. We'll see who else comes. I'm glad they're addressing things. I know that the people are saying this patch is underwhelming because it doesn't do a lot. But it's easy to say that when literally the previous patch to this one was straight fire. Like the single best patch I have seen in Dead by Daylight to this date. It's hard to follow that up. You can't have fire patches every single time you do something. So
yeah,
I'm glad they're taking a look at some of these perks that were like not really good, not meta. We'll see what happens in the future. I'm not counting them out yet.
Yeah, I think realistically speaking, you can't expect every patch to be the best one, but I think we've been getting some good ones as of late. I'm happy to see that they're willing to go back over content a little bit more now. Also, as a little bit of a heads up, it looks like we did get confirmation that the map was set to Dead Dog.
Okay.
However, DBD being DBD, apparently it did not take. So, with that being said, and that a ref did get confirmation that it was set to Dead Dog, we will not be deducting points, but given the situation, we are still going to lock down the killer's build while Survivors can switch it up.
Okay. All right. That makes the most sense. I can get behind that. So hopefully we'll have a lobby here in the next couple of minutes. In the meantime, it's funny, we were talking about, like it said, the approach changes. They're willing to go back and, make some adjustments or buffs to these. Again, because sometimes Twitter, Reddit is a cesspool. I heard people complaining that like, wow, they're buffing another gen regression perk like Deadman Switch, and I'm like, that's your complaint? You don't like, oh, Deadman Switch is too good? Okay. I out of all the things you could go after, like I don't know. I don't get that one.
Yeah,
no, I'm sorry. I'm not Deadman Switch. Gearhead.
Oh, Gearhead, yes.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, not Deadman Switch. Like Deadman Switch is actually going to be pretty nasty. I don't know if it's going to be like the most OP thing, but they were going after Gearhead. I'm just like, they have to be memeing, right? There's no shot that you're being serious about Gearhead.
Yeah, it definitely is interesting. But for those who are just now joining us, I see as a few new people are stopped in trial number 4. Right now, we are watching Modern Retro versus Atrocity. So, with that being said, you stopped right on towards the end, but it is a 1-point game right now, so it is
1 point game. There you go. That's the big thing. Hook them in with the fact that we are 1 point away from deciding who wins, and we're going to the last trial. This is do or die, make or break. I'm here for this. Like first game that I get to be on with you guys, and it's a 1-point game. Let's go. I'm here for it.
Indeed. It looks like we finally figured it out with everything going on. Made sure the
Let's
map
go.
is set. Hopefully DBD not being DBD no more. And we'll be jumping on to the Dead Dog Saloon with Modern Retro as a survivor, or as the survivors, and Atrocity as the killer. And I do believe we got the Bubba Boy.
Okay, I didn't actually see who was what they were choosing for killer, so they did bring Bubba then.
Yeah, so they are bringing Bubba. Obviously, you can change the kill. You can change your build if the reset is a neutral one. This one we claimed was maybe killer-sided. We didn't deduct points, but at least kept them their build, as the ref did at least confirm that they had set the map. But, you know, DBD sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I talk too much about the way this game is coded. I don't know. I am going to be ever hopeful that the bugs will not continue to go up, but I don't know if it will happen. We'll just have to see.
I mean, they've done a good job as of late, so I'll have to give credit where credit's due.
True. Remember when the Nemesis came out and the game was just unplayable for half the community for like 2 weeks? That's the stuff we're talking about. Like that can't continue to happen too often.
Thankfully, it hasn't. So fingers crossed that with the mid-chapter update application as well as the ring chapter, that won't be the case. But with that being said, let's try this again. And sure enough, we do see the Bubba, and this is indeed the Dead Dog Saloon.
All right, good map, pretty good killer. I have seen Bubba dominate on this map. I've seen this killer do nothing on this map, and I've seen this killer tread water on this map. I wonder what this will be. This killer is so linear, but this map is also like you only have so many pallets you can throw.
This is true, but I mean, you pallets when you have windows, my friend, and the saloon is a great place for them.
That's very true. And do we have there's no 3-gen back here. That's unfortunate. Oh, she got stuck. Oh, no. Oh, boy.
Who needs a 3-gen when, you know, you got logs? Logs will do just fine at tripping up the survivors.
Oh, man. Oh, and no, she's going to the basement. Have mercy on this Kate.
See, this is where this Kate needs boil over right here. You see what just happened there? Imagine
you right.
Might become comp.
You right. Yeah, exactly. Especially on certain maps, knowing in advance, like, boil over can be, like, the 25% is nothing to sneeze at. Oh, and this guy has Ruin, doesn't he? That I just saw that gen regressing.
Yeah, we do see Ruin, which is a surprise. We have not seen Ruin actually come out to play this entire time, but it's already put in some good work. And Bubba coming out swinging, trying to get this down on the street with double killing, and will get her at the pallet.
Gets the hit and the stun. Oh, no. And that's in the middle of no man's land. Oh, and they were going to go for the save, but they're like, you know what? Oh my goodness. Is this lights out at 5 gens? Like, I'm not gonna say it's over, but that is some pressure. We're still in Corrupt. Ruin is up. He's got a basement hook, someone down in the middle of nowhere. What are these survivors gonna do? They can't even get back. Unbreakable!
Yup. I was just about to say, their saving grace would be if Serena had Unbreakable, and sure enough, she does.
The one survivor that needed to have it. That is... She healed too. Oh my word. All right, second stage. That again, that ace play we saw in the Pyramid Head game, that is exactly what the doctor ordered for these survivors. Let's see if they can take it and capitalize on it.
Yeah, the question is whether or not they're going to be able to get this person out of basement. And man, if this Bubba is going to be so unlucky to also have this survivor have Kindred, then he's going to be in a world of hurt.
True, but it's 5 gens. They are at 5 gens, and they went to second phase. Oh, and that pallet. Oh, she is so dead. If he does not tantrum, she is so dead. Very calculated play. Well played. No collision there. Is that... she has kinship, doesn't she? That bar is paused.
Yeah, is it? Is it paused? I don't know at this point. Like, I'm trying to look at it. I think it is. I think it is currently paused. So yeah, that is indeed kinship.
What are the odds? The Unbreakable on the person in the back. Kinship on the person in the basement.
Wait. Either Nia just picked up Serena, or could she also have Soul Guard?
Oh, you know what? Seeing a Bubba come in with, oh, you know what? They had to get the build. Yeah, that might be it. Might be Soul Guard Unbreakable.
Interesting. That is
would have been a smart choice. If you know that they have to stick with the build, that's a smart choice.
Yeah, and we do see that unhook thanks to kinship. But you better hope that you guys have GG. And sure enough, they do. Ace does not get blocker in time, and that will be another down.
Oh my goodness, this is rough for these survivors. Bubba did learn his lesson. He didn't go back after 3. He's like, all right, Unbreakable Soul Guard, you got it. But yeah, that is 2 people down, and Ace is in the basement. Now you got 2 people in the basement. Oh man, this is looking like my solo queue. Not saying they're playing like they're solo queue, but I'm saying like as far as fighting a Bubba, they're just like, basement survivors.
Yeah, I mean, especially as we know that basement will always spawn in Shack, you know, it makes sense for Bubba to play around the main area like this. And now can just prioritize these survivors on hook and go, cool, you know what, time to play some basement Bubba.
I'm about to say, like, you could just literally sit here and what the survivors do, if they do 2 separate gens, it's 80 seconds for each one. The survivors will not be dead, but you're not saving those survivors. You might be able to get 1 more gen done, and you're still at 1 gen left to complete, and you have 2 people left.
Yeah.
This is looking more and more like, this is 4K material right here.
Oh yeah, 110%. In fact, the matter is, we know Kinship's gone. We know that Serena has Unbreakable, for example. But
Deliverance!
Is that Deliverance, or could that be second win? We'll have to wait and see.
I think it's Deliverance, because Ace did get the unhook there. Oh, they get out of the basement.
Hard.
The survivors have the tools. They have the power. They have the knowledge. But like this Bubba is putting so much pressure, and these survivors are still countering it. This is nuts.
I mean, hey, at the end of the day, when it's a fight for your life, you're gonna do everything you can, and these survivors have done just that.
For real though, and worth mentioning, it's not over yet. These survivors have played to a T around this killer. But 4 hook states and there's 3 gens left. And they're all injured, like, they aren't out of the woods yet. But they have played properly up until this point.
Indeed, this arena is definitely not going to escape their fate this time around. I don't care if you have Soul Guard. I don't care if you have Unbreakable. You're going to hook this time around, and it's probably going to be basement too.
Yeah. Yeah, the 3rd time's a charm. 3rd down, you're finally getting hooked. You've done your time.
And it does appear that Ruin has been cleansed in Meanwhile.
Oh, it has. Yeah, it's not regressing anymore. And that gen just got blocked. So is that Deadlock?
That was indeed Deadlock. So we saw Deadlock, we saw Ruin go, which means at this point we know of, 3 out of the 4 perks. We just don't know what that 4th one is as of yet.
Indeed. So it's Bubba. You could have any number of perks. It could be a Noed. We'll just have to see. I imagine it's going to be some kind of endgame perk because we haven't seen anything come out yet. Maybe it's Bamboozle. Has he vaulted yet? Did he have Bamboozle?
I don't think he has vaulted yet, so there's that possibility. I mean, I know for me, Bamboozle's an autumn clue on Bubba.
Oh yeah, just like you cut off Shack, long walls, like just it's same thing for Trickster. Just like say no to looping. So, and this is Ace's 2nd hook. So Bubba has his 6 hooks right here.
Oh yeah, Bubba's in a very good spot.
Basement, they got 3 gens to go. I'm beginning to think the killer may have the win here potentially. Oh, and he's going right down. He's like, yeah, I see you. You're in my basement.
Yeah, it looks like both these. Wait.
Head on?
Wait.
What?
That just happened?
They were ready for the basement.
I mean, I guess it makes sense, but like, that is something I was not expecting to see.
They were ready for the basement plays. They had the Deliverance, the Unbreakable, the Soul Guard, the Head On. These guys were they were 2 years ahead of this Bubba. But the Bubba says, I don't care. This is my house.
Yeah, I mean, he still got the hook. I'm surprised with the hook being so close to the basement, he didn't bring her back down, but maybe now fearing for lockers at this point in time.
Well, yeah, like, if the survivors play incredibly well, Head On can be good in that situation. You can't get them... Like, do you want to take the chance that behavior is going to, you wiggle just a little bit too far to the right, Head On, they both get out of the shack.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I get
that's
it.
Fair.
I wouldn't take that bet. You're 7 hooks in. Don't take that gamble. You got this in the bag. Just play precise. There you go. Hey, even a tantrum. Who cares? I think she's dead on hook.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's on death hook with the exception of one survivor right now.
I think it's Zarina. I think Zarina's the only one that's not death hook because she's only gotten 1 hook despite being downed 3 times. Yeah, she's dead. There you go. 1 gen finishing. Survivors are like. In a game of Dead by Daylight, even like Pub Swift with like good players, they would have been dead at 5 gens to this Bubba.
Head On? Is this another Head On? Bubba trying to bait it? Bubba trying to bait it? Oh, he does.
Let's go. That might have been a DS, actually. I don't know.
No,
Nope,
no
no DS.
DS, unfortunately. Either that or just ran out. But Zarina will go back down into the basement, and at this point in time, every survivor is on death.
For real. And I'm not gonna, I hate to say, like, you know, it's not over till it's over, but Bubba has done what he needs to do this game.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
firecracker from the ace, a nice try. Just, again, props to these survivors. If this was anything else, they would have been dead at 5 gens. They have banged out 3 gens. They have fought through everything that Bubba has put them through. It might not be enough.
Let's see, Bubba, once again, checking these lockers real quick. And checking one out back first, but I think that Serena might just be back in that front locker. And sure, oh, no, not Serena, sorry, Nia.
Oh, hello.
We're gonna get a flashlight? No.
Oh, they couldn't quite get the angle. They tried. See a little bit of basement shenanigans. You know, that's... yeah, I think they know the game is over.
And I think what we're gonna see here is probably a decisive strike, but we're just trying desperately to get her out of that. And there's the grab,
Ooh.
and sure enough, no.
No. Okay. I think they might have been trying to get ahead on there, but
Yeah.
oh man. Okay. The games up to this point have been a treat, and this one is no exception. This was phenomenal. The counter plays, the back and forth. Bubba did what Bubba had to do, and the survivors, they had so many, like, they gave themselves all the chances they could. I don't know what more you could have done. Bubba had an insane, like, essentially Kate going down right at the beginning, getting stuck, was probably the nail in the coffin. That was such an early down, and it was a basement hook, and from there, just snowball. Even with the comebacks, even with the unbreakable soul guard, with the deliverance into the, you know, everything survivors did, just they couldn't stop the snowball. It was too early of a snowball.
Agreed. And this is why I
game.
really like the way our point system's set up, because Atrocity comes back and not only wins set 2, but also wins the match with 51 points for Modern Retro and 68 points for Atrocity. So we'll be awarding 2 season points to
Right.
Atrocity and 1 season point to Modern Retro.
Right. That was phenomenal. That was so fun. This was such a good match. I had a blast. This was, oh my goodness. I'm having trouble like recapping this properly in my brain just because of everything that happened. Like every single game was a banger, it felt like. Especially this like the past 3 was insane. The Pyramid Hay, like there was good shots, the survivors had good counterplay. The survivors played almost brutally perfect the previous game, and then you had this game where the killer did, like, it was the exact opposite. The killer just played phenomenally well. Survivors did everything they could with counterplay, just couldn't quite bring it back. Also worth noting, I think that might have just been Soul Guard because they, wait, no, they had to have gotten picked up, didn't they? Because there's no Soul Guard here actually. This is just unbreakable.
Yeah.
So
okay, so yeah, I guess it was a pickup by the Neo.
Okay, so there was an actual pickup. Okay, I thought it was Soul Guard for a bit because yeah, I didn't see where the Neo would have got there. So honestly, survivors did everything they could, just wasn't quite enough. It was just too early of a snowball for them. But well played, both sides. That was phenomenal. That was a great match. And that's not, we're not even like we're just getting to the halfway point. We got 2 more games today. I can only handle so much. I'm gonna my heart's gonna explode.
I mean, if you drink enough coffee, then you're not wrong there. And
Second cup of the day.
Jesus.
Got Rogue to finish it off.
All right there, Caffeine Man.
I'm ready. Let's go. Bring it on. Give me more.
We're gonna have Rugard and Alfordomo hosting at 4 p.m. CST for Saludi, formerly Raymond, versus Remedy. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But this was a wonderful, wonderful time. Once again, GG, well played to both teams. And congratulations, Atrocity, for the overall win. You guys will receive 2 points versus Modern Retro, who receive 1. And those points will be then, like I said, calculated and will determine who will make it to playoffs from both groups.
That was a great game. Great start to a season, and it's just going to be jam-packed from now because we got the next 7 weekends. It's just going to be game after game after game, 8 games a weekend, just high octane action.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
excited.
8
This
weeks,
is a great
7
start.
weeks of regular season, and then 1 week of playoffs and finals.
Right.
So it's going to be a jam-packed 2 months from today to basically February 27th. So definitely make sure to be here and follow the channel for more.
Indeed, and with that, I think we got a 20-minute break here, and we'll be back with another match I'll be hosting, which, give me a little bit of break. This is the first time I've set it up on my new setup, so it's going to be a little bit of tweaking. You guys have to give me some audio feedback, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I can promise it.
It'll be a fun time. It'll be a fun
Oh, yeah.
time. But with that being said, Rue, if everyone want to go say hi next time you're live, which I believe is going to be later today,
Correct.
where would they find you?
At twitch.tv/LITTLERUGWARD. Or I should probably just make a command. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got a shout out. Let's go. I am psychic. I broadcast that, but yeah, I'll be going live on Twitch later this evening after all of our games. Probably to try and decompress from all this action. I'm probably just gonna be like just throwing knives into the air the entire time. I'm gonna be dead after these next 2 games. It's going to be just throttling me. Like this,
I can imagine.
I can't even imagine getting like this. This was such a good match. We've got 2 more.
We
How
do indeed.
I'm gonna be so dead tonight. I'm gonna sleep like a baby. It's gonna be great. Let's go.
And with that being said, I am your Commissioner Guildspire, but I'm also an educational Dead by Daylight player, and also, as you might see, play some Final Fantasy XIV online on our variety days. So definitely make sure to stop on by and say hi and support my Extra Life campaign. We're trying to help heal kids at Sanford Children's Hospital, where all my ad revenue's going there. So stop on by, help us heal kids. But on
The
that
power
note,
of lurking compels you.
it's true. But on that note, we'll see ya in just about 20 minutes. Bye-bye!
Take care.